Hi, what's up everyone? This is a weird video because originally it was about the 8BitDo Lite controller, but as you can see here, I have the 8BitDo Pro controller instead with me. Long story short, I returned the 8BitDo Lite right after I found a major feature missing. I'll tell you a little bit later in this video. Let's get started.
Feel uninvited. Left home in West LA. I'm not excited. So uninspired.
Let's talk about the main reason why I got this controller. I'm just a casual gamer who has a Nintendo Switch and an iPad Pro for gaming. I was looking for a universal controller that will allow me to use on both platforms. Then I ran into the 8BitDo controllers. The 8BitDo Pro controller works really well with both of my devices. You can even connect this controller to a PC, Android devices, Mac, Steam, and Raspberry Pi. And I think that's awesome, so you don't have to buy a controller for every single one of the systems. The controlling experience of this 8BitDo Pro, it's pretty nice, except you won't get the same build quality and weight compared to an actual gaming controller like the Xbox or PlayStation controllers. I had the Super Nintendo controller before, which is what this design of the 8BitDo Pro is trying to achieve, but it feels kind of light compared to the original controller still. Maybe that's why it's not that expensive. All the buttons, including the D-pad, are very clicky and tactile, not mushy in my opinion at all. The joysticks in the middle are very smooth and pretty responsive. Be sure to test them out because some people are experiencing the joystick being stuck. On my unit, they're perfectly fine. Another main selling point of this controller is the mobility. It's super lightweight and kind of small, so it will feel very different using it compared to the modern controllers with the grip handles. I got used to it like pretty quickly. The 8BitDo Pro uses USB-C to charge, so I can use the same charger among the controller, the Nintendo Switch, and the iPad Pro. I personally like the design of the 8BitDo Pro controller a lot because it has a retro gaming controller vibe going on. I was going to get the Gen 1 of this controller that looks even more like the original Super Nintendo controller. But I read that they have improved some of the features and the quality on the second gen, so I ended up getting the new one. I don't really have much complaint about the 8BitDo Pro controller, but I do want to tell you some of the things I found on the 8BitDo Lite controller that made me return it immediately. First, the shape of the 8BitDo Lite, it's very hard to get used to. It is a rectangular block that is hard to hold on to when you're pressing some of the buttons on the controller. I actually had cramps on my hands after using it for just like 15 minutes. Second, I thought I'm more of a D-pad gamer, but I was wrong. The truth is some of the games nowadays are actually better playing with the joysticks. The 8BitDo Pro controller gives you the options, but the Lite does not. There's another thing I found about the button layout on the 8BitDo Lite that is kind of hard for me to get used to. The L2 and R2 buttons are located in between the L1 and R1 buttons. So it is pretty hard to reach compared to the buttons located behind the L1 and R1 buttons on the 8BitDo Pro. Lastly, this one is the deal breaker. Since the 8BitDo Lite does not have any joystick, if you have a game that requires you to press into the joystick, there's nothing to press on the Lite controller, and there's nothing you can do. It happened on one of the games I have on the iPad, so I decided to return the 8BitDo Lite and pick up the 8BitDo Pro instead, and I'm very happy with my decision. As the name suggests, I believe the 8BitDo Lite controller is meant for light on-the-go gaming, and the Pro, it's the perfect middle ground. That's it. Those are my thoughts on the 8BitDo Pro controller. I'll try to mention this in my videos from now on. I'm just sharing my experience and opinion on the product with you, and hopefully it will help you make your decision a little bit easier. Depends on when you're watching this video. Better options might be available, so please don't blame on this video if the information is out of date due to software or hardware update in the future. Thanks guys. So, should you get the 8BitDo Pro controller? I would say yes for the features that I just mentioned, especially at its price. It is only $45 on Amazon right now. I will probably make another video to show you how to connect the controller to the Nintendo Switch and the iPad, so stay tuned. If you like this video, share it with your friends and family to help this channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Love me, love me, love me.